Welcome back to the Canada Specialist Program series. Lovely to have Nele with us today, talking about Saskatchewan, another beautiful province and another large area to cover in a small space of time, Nele. So I'm going to hand
Yeah,
straight over to you.
thank you. I will do my very best to keep in time. So, welcome everyone to Saskatchewan, Canada's hidden gem. So, why should you or your clients travel to Saskatchewan? It's a province with breathtaking nature, deserted areas, and encounters of very special kind. Here we find some landscapes that no one expects in the middle of the prairie, such as the largest sand dunes in North America and more than 100,000 lakes and waterways. Whether in the cities or the many provincial and national parks, life takes place outdoors. Mounties, ranch holidays, or encounters with First Nations, fishing, canoeing, wild rafting. There's a lot to discover in Saskatchewan.
There are places in the world that aren't what you expect. Here, stories are born from the wide open land and the faces of the people. The history written on the stones. A story you find, a story you write, with everyone who has come before you. Saskatchewan.
So the very basic question first, what is the best way for you or your customers to get to Saskatchewan? The best international airports are Calgary or Edmonton with non-stop flights from the UK. Connecting flights to Regina or Saskatoon are available with Air Canada via Toronto, for example. The best way to explore our sunny province is within a road trip, either by RV or with a rental car. So let's go on a little road trip around the province. We imagine we've picked up our rental car or motorhome in Calgary, perhaps spent a few days in southern Alberta, and are now crossing the border into Saskatchewan. The driving time is just around 4.5 hours. Our first stop is Cypress Hills Interprovincial Park. The park is shared by Alberta and Saskatchewan. Here, where the wide open prairie meets majestic pine forest, the Cypress Hills tower proudly at nearly 1,500 vertical feet. They are, in fact, the highest land elevation between the Rocky Mountains and Labrador. The mix of forest, wetlands, and grasslands make it an ideal place for wildlife viewing and outdoor adventures of all kinds. Horses and ranches have always played an important role in the development of Western Canada and the establishment of the province of Saskatchewan. Tucked away in a scenic valley on the north slope of Cypress Hills is historic Risa Ranch. The ranch has been owned and operated by the Risa family since 1904 and is now in its 5th generation already. The Cattle Ranch is a true working ranch where guests experience authentic ranch life with super friendly family connections. You could stay overnight or just enjoy one of the experiences offered on site. Not all of them are riding, by the way. However, their Sunset Supper ride is ideal for customers who do want to get on a horse for 2 hours and enjoy some cowboy feeling. Riding skills are not required here, though. We keep on going. Val-Marie is the starting point for tours into Grasslands National Park. Here you will also find the visitor center. So welcome to Grasslands. It's protecting one of Canada's few remaining areas of undisturbed dry mixed grass and shortgrass prairie grasslands. For me personally, it is one of the most underrated parks in all of Canada and a must-see. This park boasts wide open spaces and is home to a large herd of bison. Beside the quintessential backpacking, birding, camping, hiking, horseback riding, Grasslands National Park is also known for its geology and history. So see for yourself. Isn't that amazing, huh? At night, it's just as magical. The sky lights up underneath thousands of dazzling stars of the darkest dark sky preserve in Canada. Our next stop, takes us to the rolling prairies, to Lake Diefenbaker, and to the Lariata Ranch. Set in the Saskatchewan River Valley with rolling grassy hills and canyons, Lariata really does look like it's right out of a Wild West movie. City slickers are welcomed and brought right into action. Lariata is an authentic, family-run working cattle ranch where guests enjoy hearty home-cooked suppers with the crew and sleep in rustic cabins. Days are filled with riding, roping, driving around and checking up on the cows, lunches in the rolling hills, and sunset rides. It's all hands-on. Real cowboys teach you how to groom and saddle your horse before you head out into the open fields. Evenings are for playing horseshoes, roasting marshmallows over the fire, or a relaxing time in the saloon. Now we're going to the capital of the province, to Regina. It's a true queen among Canada's cities, and not just because of its royal name. With a population of around 230,000, it can't compete in size with metropolises like Vancouver or Toronto or Montreal. But that's exactly what makes this charming little town so appealing. If you pay Regina a visit, you can look forward to its friendly inhabitants and a wealth of sights and attractions. Regina is a very green city. Wascana Center, that you can see here in the picture, is even larger than Central Park in New York and Stanley Park in Vancouver combined. However, most visitors come to see Canada's Mounties, famous worldwide for the traditional red parade uniform. In Regina is the country's only basic training center for the next generation of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, RCMP for short. All young cadets complete their basic training here. The RCMP Heritage Center is right next door and a museum showing vividly and interactively everything you need to know about the Mounties since 1873. We continue north. 260 kilometers north of Regina lies Saskatoon, or City of Bridges, or Paris of the Prairies. No matter which name you choose, Saskatoon belongs at the top of every travel bucket list. Its idyllic location on South Saskatchewan River, its wonderful culinary surprises, and its first-class sights are reason enough to pay this beautiful city a visit. About 300,000 people call the metropolitan region home here. Soak up the magic of Saskatoon by taking a stroll along the beautiful waterfront or through the streets of Broadway and Riversdale, which are full of historic charm and reveal a wide variety of culinary flavors and specialty stores. Art enthusiasts will get their money's worth at the Remy Modern Art Gallery of Saskatchewan, standing in a prominent location on the riverbank. It's considered to be the most innovative contemporary art museum in North America right now. In the evening, you can take an excursion on the riverboat Prairie Lily for a unique view of Saskatoon's scenic skyline. The city is considered to be the most beautiful city in the prairies. On Saskatoon's northern edge lies Wanuskewin Heritage Park, a National Historic Site and proposed UNESCO World Heritage Site. This land has been a gathering place for all nations of the Northern Plains to meet for trade, hunting, and ceremonies, and thus interprets over 6,400 years of Northern Plains indigenous culture. The city is now again home to a herd of plain bison as well. Wanuskewin Heritage Park features an interpretive center and gallery spaces, a restaurant offering amazing First Nations cuisine, 19 pre-contact sites, a medicine wheel, tippy rings, buffalo jumps, 7 kilometers of walking trails, as well as an impressive interpretive program, including guided hikes and traditional dance performances. Another 200 kilometers north and pretty much in the middle of the province is Prince Albert National Park. Prince Albert is completely different from our first national park. It's a nearly 4,000 square kilometer big natural gem that is also called the gateway to Saskatchewan's wild and forested north. It is also the southernmost tip of Canada's largest area of boreal forest. We find a mosaic of forest, tundra moss, lakes, and even beautiful sandy beaches that make up the boreal pine forest and are hard to beat for beauty. The park is one of the most popular recreational areas in the province, and that year-round. From Prince Albert, we drive west and head to Edmonton in Alberta. It's a pretty long drive, and there are a few options for a stop on the way. For example, Lloydminster on the border of the two provinces, or a beautiful Magua Lake Provincial Park. From Edmonton, you or your clients can either fly back home or spend another few days in Alberta and then head back to Calgary.
Here are the most essential elements. Imperfect. perfect harmony, a symphony of color, where land and sky come together like nowhere else. Saskatchewan.
So this was Saskatchewan in a nutshell for you. I hope you've enjoyed our little trip around the province and learned something new about our sunny province. If you have any questions, even after our live Q&A in a moment, you may contact my colleagues and me anytime. In our trail lounge, you find different itineraries as well as recorded webinars and our newsletter archive. Also, feel free to follow us on Facebook and or Instagram for lots of inspiration. Yeah, so that's all from my side for now, and I'll give it back to you, Charlie.
Thank you so much, Nelly. Sorry, I was trying to type some of those some of those pages in to share. So thank you. I had my mouse in the wrong place. That was fabulous. Thank you so much. It's such a beautiful province, and I think even looking at those photos make me feel more relaxed, let alone visiting. Although, yes, definitely visiting is the better option. Who else was it? Yes, Vanessa said, "Oh my goodness, when can I go?" I was thinking the same things. Absolutely stunning. Thank you. And do love going on that virtual road trip because it really helps to piece it all together to make sense. And how everything works. So thank you. You